Teaching Jieh Dao, one element at a time.
We continue with our training, and we've had several sessions already, and we continue with our phase 1 curriculum. In today's lesson, we're going to cover 2 events. Basically, we're going to cover some individual kicks and some combination kicks against a heavy bag. Then we're going to move into punch boxing a little bit and some rhythm training. Okay, so I'm going to get right into the training in the lesson today. So we do train, as I talked about this before, we do train with different equipment, kick and shield, air shield, different types of Thai pads or focus golf. But today we're going to work on this 80-pound bag. Now there's a difference between this 80-pound heavy bag and 110 or 120-pound banana bag, the black one that you see back there. This swings more, so it allows a little bit more motion as you're training with it. That obviously, because it's heavier, it's not going to swing as much, but it gives you a little bit more variation on the lower segment of the kicks and training because it's longer. So when we train with individual, if you're training solo, you basically have to hit against the bag in a way that the second time it comes back to you, you're canceling its motion. But we're not doing this today. We're going to work on with a partner. So as a partner training, it's a lot easier for the partner to stand behind the bag. Obviously not going to stand with the shoulder in the back to allow the bag to reset itself after you kick or punch or do any kind of body work. On the single, so I'm going to have Simu come in and she will hold the bag for me as I demo to you. Then we're going to do some drills on the bag and okay. So when I'm doing the kick, so we're going to stand, we always stand on the opposite side of where we kick or punch or elbow, but we allow the bag to swing a little bit, just enough to allow the energy to go forward, not too much. So on a single rear hook, we've done this on a kick and shield, but a single rear hook against a heavy bag. Okay, it's the same principle. I'm going to basically let my knee pass the target, my rear knee from the rear side. Basically, I'm going to pass the target. I'm not kicking with body stuck and very tight. I'm basically going to just, you don't really have to kick hard. Okay, you can just basically get your ballet move. Okay, move there, work on the balance. Okay, then you can move up a little bit, one notch at a time, work with power and speed. But single rear hook, okay, again here, single rear hook, come right back from the left full neutral position. Our navigator, which is our lead heel, this side here is going to basically reverse and do our reverse counterclockwise against the bag, past the target, meet it with our instep. Again, kick, meet the target with our instep. Okay, let's go through a drill. And we do usually a set of 10 on each side, but for these lesson we do one side full 10 and then a few on the other side. Okay, all right, ready, go. 1. Okay, good. So we want to, the idea is that we want to come all the way back to where we start, not to land in the front or not to land on the side, because we're not doing double rear hook or multi rear hook. Ready, 2. Okay, 3, 4, okay, 5. Notice we're not hitting hard. 6, enough to have some power on the back that make it move a little bit. Ready, go. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we do about 3 of them on the right side. Ready, 1. Okay, ready, 2, 3. All right, good. So as you move back and forth between yourself and your partner, if you have a partner, we have a heavy bag. Heavy bag is a very common thing, and pretty much a lot of people have that, even if they're not in martial arts, they just like to hang one, even in a bedroom to train or the patio or anywhere, something that that gives you a little density and a little movement, but it's not a very hard thing to acquire, to find. Better than a tree, but tree is better than nothing either. You could wrap a towel around a tree. All right, so rear hook, we execute from the rear. Okay. Now what happens? So the characteristic of rear hook is basically it's a circular motion. It's an angular motion. It comes from the rear to the front. Now I'm going to go reverse of both of those characters. Instead of go rear to front, I'm going to go front to front. Instead of go circular, I'm going to go linear. So this is what we call side kick. Everybody has that side kick. They understand what the side kick is. Now in this case, I'm not lunging or sliding or doing anything to the back. All I'm doing is standing on my full right neutral position, doing the same thing I did with the rear hook, using my rear heel as a navigator. This rear heel is my navigator. I'm pivoting, winding the body, and then releasing the body again. The knee comes up, level off, shelf it, and shoot it through. So, okay, so I'm going to kick this way. I'm going to allow the back to swing tiny bit. Again, the safety thing is never ever when you're hitting somebody hitting against a bag or heavy bag to go this way or push it. I've seen a lot of videos, let's say especially in movies, they show that they go like this, they hold the back. Very big mistake, because if you get one nice shot on the back, it's going to hit and whiplash your neck, and that's it, you're out of business. So right full neutral position, pivot, come back, down. Now you notice why I'm bouncing a little bit, because the bag wasn't moving back. Let's say Sifu's going to allow the bag to move back so that my energy is not bouncing on myself. Okay, so allow the bag to move like this. Good. So as I do the same thing, come back. Good. Again, I pivot, raise up, kick, come right back. Again, from the right neutral position, lift, kick, come back. Now, where do I hit with the bottom of my foot? Default setting, we hit with the entire foot, the entire bottom. There are times that we hit with the ball. There are times that we hit with the heel. For different application, different purposes. But for all the sake of training, try to make full contact with the entire bottom of your feet. Okay? And you're not kicking down, you're kicking horizontal, or better, you're kicking tiny bit up. So you kind of lift up. It's a little bit more difficult to demo the ascension kick as opposed to just a horizontal. It's easier to do with the kicking shield, that you can actually see a tiny bit ascension angle up on the side kick. Okay, anyway, so we're doing front side kick, lift, land, kick, and then come right back. Okay, let's drill this a little bit. All right, okay, ready, go, one. Good. See how I allow it to swing. Otherwise, if you don't allow it to swing, the energy is gonna go right back. It's gonna go right back to yourself. Ready, two. Okay, three. Right, four, good. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Good. Let's go about 3 on this side. You want to angle this way with the camera. Okay. Ready, 1. Okay. Ready, 2. Okay. Ready, 3. Good. Okay. So rear hook, curvature from the rear, more basically travel to meet the target. Front side kick, linear from the front, and there's not much travel on the curve side before meeting the target, but it's more of a straight shot. Now, I want to combine this two characteristics. I want to have a curvature and I want to be in the front. This is what we call front hook kick. You see the character, each element has some characteristic. If you can understand what that characteristic is, you can understand the execution of the element and take it to the next step, how to basically put it in its application format. So I'm not going to kick it this way, obviously. I'm doing the same thing on a hook, except my foot is already in the front, not rear. Again, these are basic introduction lessons, so I'm kind of breaking these down as much as possible. So from the front, I'm basically doing the same thing. I hook it, but there's not much path to travel. It's a lot faster kick as opposed to rear hook kick, which is really heavy and travels farther, basically picks up acceleration and power. From the front, I do the same thing. I do the same pivot with the rear leg, pivot, wind it, meet the target, and land right back. Okay, very basic. So let's do a set of that on a front lead, front side, front hook kick. Ready? Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 3 on the left side. Okay, ready, go 1, 2, 3. On your own, you can continue, go up to 10. Okay, so we're gonna put this last two together. So I'm gonna go the front hook, land to the front side kick. So 1, 2, back to my right lead. Again, reset, kick in range, long range. You don't want to be too far to have to step or slide. You don't want to be too close to have to really lean back and lose your balance. In a nice middle of the range, hook, side, back. Again, here, 1, 2, back. Again, back. Okay? Let's do combination. Front hook to front side. Ready? 1. Good. You see how I always allow it to move, but I reset it quickly for the next one. Ready? 2, 3. Good. 4, 5. Okay. 6. Okay. 7. Almost there. Ready? 8. 9. Last one. Go. Good. Let's go 3 on left side. 1. Good. 2. Last one. 3. Excellent. Okay. All right, so that's it for heavy back. We're going to move on to our punch boxing, do some rhythm.